Pras supposedly being a top-secret FBI informant to getting 20 years of jail time, here's why 50 Cent called out the Fugees member for being a rat, starting off with Pras' shocking revelation during his federal trial. If you thought Pras was out of the public eye, let me tell you that he's back and he's making headlines once again. Not for a very good reason, though. The Grammy-winning artist was on trial for a federal conspiracy, which is just as crazy as it sounds, but what really caught the media's eye was a hearing of his trial in mid-April 2023. According to Rolling Stone magazine, Michel admitted to meeting several FBI agents about China's plan to deport someone who was in strong opposition to official policy. He said while he was on the stand, "I took it upon myself to report because I thought the FBI should know. Didn't see that coming, huh? Last time I checked, Pras was in a hip-hop band singing Killing Me Softly with his song. And now, he's a top-secret agent working for the government?" This revelation sent the internet into a frenzy. The hip-hop community was quick to share their take on this, including 50 Cent, who didn't waste any time in slamming Pras. It's almost like he had a bone to pick with the Fugees rapper. As soon as the news of Pras' involvement with the FBI broke out, 50 took to Instagram to let fans in on a secret. The Indie Club rapper posted a headline about Pras' admission and wrote, "I knew this fool was a rat." The singer added, "I'm glad I never fucked with this guy." It looks like the hip-hop community has a new rat, and it's Pras. Of course, 50 Cent wasn't the only one to share his reaction. Fans on social media roasted the rapper for being a snitch. Fugees fans who looked up to the rapper were pissed when he admitted to working with the feds. I mean, no one wants their favorite artist to be a spy, right? They quickly took to Twitter and reacted to the news. One user wrote, "Another thing that was not on my bingo card. Yeah, no one saw it coming." Another fan said how disappointed he was as someone who grew up listening to the Fugees. Some fans also pointed out that if Pras was working for the government, there were most likely others who secretly worked for the feds too. And fans are left wondering how many of their favorites aren't who they think they are. There's so much dirty work going on behind the scenes in Hollywood that fans have no idea about. Another user on Twitter joked about how Pras was a double agent for the US and China and was wanted in both countries. Pras is in hot water, and there's no escaping the consequences now. Obviously, he's trying to clear his name, but the damage has been done. But what exactly did Pras do? Well, let me tell you. There was a lot of money laundering involved. He was on trial for a simple money laundering scheme. It was everything they found along the way that made things worse. The Fugees member was accused of conspiring to funnel money from a government fund in Malaysia to finance Barack Obama's 2012 presidential campaign. He also contributed big bucks to Donald Trump for his 2016 campaign, so you know he had connections in the government. Pras said he met the feds to assist with China's attempt to extradite billionaire Guo Wengui. Wengui fled to the US in 2014 after he was facing charges of bribery, money laundering, and fraud in China. Wengui has now been indicted on fraud charges. Pras said he took it upon himself to report this to the FBI because he thought the feds would know, which is what made everyone think he was an informant who gave secret information to the feds. But what if I tell you Pras isn't really a snitch? In fact, what he did was a lot worse. The rapper wasn't trying to help the feds. He was not on their side at all. Instead, Pras was trying to influence the FBI. I mean, let's put it this way. If Pras really was working for the government, he wouldn't even be on trial right now. A report from Mother Jones pointed out that the rapper actually never admitted to being an informant. Instead, the media did what it does best and twisted his words. So what Pras did was even dirtier. He didn't give information to the feds because he felt the need to report a Chinese scandal. It was actually part of a scheme to influence them. Michel was helping the Chinese government get back Guo, and he was being paid millions to do so. He didn't tell the feds he was being paid to help China, so he was clearly not trying to help them. Michel was doing a lot of illegal work for Malaysian financer Joe Tech. Lolo started showing up in Hollywood as a successful businessman. He even financed Leonardo DiCaprio's Wolf of Wall Street. But in reality, Lo was laundering billions of dollars stolen by Malaysia's former prime minister, and also big bucks from a state development called IMDb. In 2012, Lo wanted access to Obama's campaign, but he was banned from making donations as he was a foreign national. That's when Michel stepped in. I mean, Pras had connections, and Lo wanted him to exploit them to the fullest. Michel denied that Lo gave him money to fund Obama, but it doesn't matter because he admitted to making illegal campaign donations. Lo also used Michel to access Trump. But why was Pras an accomplice to this crime? He had a successful career, a good name, and everything. But as they say, money talks. If there was something in it for Pras, it was millions and millions of dollars. Lo introduced the Fugees rapper to Sun Lijun, China's vice minister of public security, and that's where the plan to influence the feds to bring Guo originated. What did Michel get? A whopping $100 million. He kept around $74 million of that until the DOJ seized it. Lowe's on the run from the authorities. When the Malaysian money laundered was first trying to cultivate celebrities, he also tried to work his charm on Leonardo DiCaprio and Paris Hilton. But it didn't work on everyone the way it did on Pras. You know, not everyone's money hungry. Speaking of DiCaprio, it was none other than the Great Gatsby actor who testified against Pras. Let me tell you, this was one of the strangest media crossovers so far this year. Leo testified against the Fugees member by detailing his relationship with Lowe. The Inception actor said he met the Malaysian businessman at a birthday party in 2010, where they became friends. 2 years later, Lowe let Leo in on his top secret plans. He wanted to donate between $20 million to $30 million to the Democrats throughout the 2012 elections. Not only this, but it was also revealed that Lowe used a film production company called Red Granite Pictures to launder his embezzled money. Leo said that his legal team ran financial checks on Lowe's team before accepting his offer to finance The Wolf of Wall Street. And surprisingly, everything seemed normal. Plus, Leo said he only met Pras twice and had normal interactions with him each time. Well, after Leo's testification, there wasn't much left for Pras to say. He's been dodging this case and trying to come out with a good name. I mean, this man has gone so far as to say he was being investigated because of his color. Yeah, he pulled the racism card. While talking to TMZ during the early days of his trial, Pras said he was being investigated because he was black, while there were other criminals on the loose that the government was doing nothing about. Pras's team also went on about how the authorities were biased against him from the start. He was a valedictorian in high school and in the final running, but nothing could help Pras. His fame and legacy are far behind him, and there's nothing he can do or say to make it right. Yay, because he's guilty. And the rapper is getting 20 years of jail time. Yeah, the Fugees member was deemed guilty on all 10 counts, including money laundering, illegal lobbying, witness tampering, and campaign finance violations. His attorney tried appealing the ruling, but the jury was out. He's facing 20 years in prison now. So if you're someone who had dreams and hopes for a Fugees reunion, yeah, it isn't happening anytime soon, or at least in the next 20 years. This verdict came after long trials over the past few years. And now the authorities are after Lowe, who's been on the run. Yeah, everyone thinks he's in China, and there's no getting him from there. The court put out a statement saying, anyone who engages in unlawful foreign-sponsored efforts to influence will be brought to justice. Michel did all of this for $1 million, but at what cost? Because there won't be any dollar bills with him in prison. And just like that, another one bites the dust. 50 Cent, though, he's having the time of his life calling Pras the industry rat. So ladies and gentlemen, from Pras getting 20 years of jail time to supposedly being a top secret FBI informant, this was why 50 Cent called out Pras for being a rat.